Hey guys, welcome back. I'm super excited about today's video because today's video is a first impression on this palette here. This is the new Nomad Cosmetics palette, Cartagena Magica. So if you're interested on seeing what I do with this palette and hearing my initial thoughts, stick around. We are going to get started in just a second. Before we do, if you're new here, hi, I'm Annie. I am a 40-something lover of color who believes you can have fun with color at any age. If that sounds fun or interesting, if you'd like to see a little more color on your timeline, if you love color and indie makeup as much as I do and as much as I know all my subscribers here do, I would love it if you would join us and subscribe down below. Do keep in mind, I am not a trained makeup artist. I am just someone who really enjoys makeup, especially indie makeup, and loves to talk about it, and has exactly one person in her real life who is willing to listen at all. So here I am. All right, I think this is going to probably be the first video that's going up with my new hair. So yes, finally salons around here did open up. I was finally able to go in and get a haircut. Thank you so much to my amazing stylist. I am also looking for a new job, and my hair was not up to job looking standards. So it had to be done. Probably if I hadn't been looking for a new job, I may not have done it, but it needs to be done. Anyhow, let's move on. Before we start, I do also want to take just a second and tell everybody thank you so much for all of your kindness here, all of my subscribers. You guys are so amazing, not just to me, but to each other. Things have been a little rough here, to say the least. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that recently I lost 2 family members within a week. And then this last weekend, I just lost another family member. So between job issues, things going on with family, and of course the fire and smoke issues in California and the entire West Coast, it's been crazy, and I know that I have not been able to respond to comments as quickly as I normally like to. Thank you guys so much for your patience with that. Job seeking sucks a lot of time and energy. So, but I'm here, and let's talk about this palette. So this is, like I said, the new Nomad palette. I cannot talk this morning. The Cartagena Magica. So Cartagena is, of course, a city in Colombia. And it is very bright, very colorful. When you'll see pictures of and videos coming out of Cartagena, you will see that the buildings are all painted these really bright, gorgeous colors. So of course, Nomad Cosmetics does this really cool thing where they have destinations, and they actually design their palettes on destination. They use ingredients from those places. This one has rose oil as one of the ingredients, and it's just a really fun kind of way, I think, to design something. So here's what the inner packaging looks like. It looks exactly like the outer carton, and here is the palette itself. It is so pretty, and it is so bright, and it is so beautiful, and I'm so excited about this. So this palette retails for $37, and there are 15 shades in this, 9 mattes and 6 shimmers. They are cruelty-free, vegan, and of course they're free from parabens, phthalates, mineral oil, and they are also gluten and talc free as well. This palette, I believe, launched on September 15th. I was a day late getting there because, again, crazy life. So I ordered this on September 16th, and I received it on September 21st. So here it is. Of course, I did use a discount code, and I saved 10%, so I paid for the palette itself $33.30. Did pay for shipping $4, and my total was $37.30. I think that is all I need to say right now. Let's go ahead. I will insert some swatches, and then we will just go right into the look. All right, so I think I'm going to do some kind of cut crease action today because there are a few shades that I want to use that are probably not going to blend in nicely together. I really, really, really want to use this yellow. This is beautiful. That's going to blend fine with the other shades. I'll probably use this as well, and those should blend okay. I may put a little bit of this orange one in between, but on my lid, I'm thinking I want to do one of these pinky shades. I don't know. So I'm very excited. So I guess we're just going to dive in. I'm going to start with the yellow, which is Toda La Vida. So I'm going to pick that up on, let's see, I think I'll use this brush. This is Morphe M441. So typically Nomad's shadows are very soft pressed. You will get a lot of kick up in the pan. This is no different. Oh, I should mention I have primed my eyes already using the matte paint pot in Soft Ochre. I know, it's a surprise. I never use that. That is a really beautiful yellow. That is so, so bright. Oh my gosh, I love that. That is so pretty. And of course, it's blending so nicely. If you didn't know, Nomad is really one of my favorite indie brands. I just love them. I think that they are so much fun. And I think that the owners are just such nice people. Of course, I don't know them. I did purchase this on my own, but they are always so nice, and they are so kind. And ow, I hit my elbow. And they make really cool products. So, ow, I hit my funny bone. Okay, moving along. Ouch. We are going to go in, I think we're just going to lay down Ultra Demonios, maybe is how you say that. I don't know. I'm going to put that in the outer portion of my eye here. And then I may go in with a little bit of this one, Realismo Magico, I think is what that one is called. I cannot speak Spanish. I really should rectify that, given that I live in California and we have a large Spanish-speaking population. This is a very pigmented shade. That's actually more pigmented and darker than I was actually expecting. I am not mad at it. It's really pretty. And I'm definitely going to go in with another shade in between these two and blend them out for sure. And I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this under my eye today. I just, sadly, you know, I'm filming this before I go to work, and I just don't have time to do something super involved this morning. First impressions always take a little bit longer to film, just because, you know, you kind of have to talk a little bit more about the palette and all of that stuff. So I don't have a lot of time to do something super involved. And honestly, sometimes with Nomad palettes, it's better to not do a super crazy involved look, just because of the way the shadows work. That laid down really, really nicely. No surprises there. It's kind of what I expect out of Nomad shadows. It's just what, like I said, it's what I expect. Okay, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to blend those two together using the Realismo Magica. So that's this shade here in the center. It is a bit lighter of an orange. So I'm just picking that up on my Luxie tapered blending brush and blending that edge where those two meet. And look at that. Look at how nicely and quickly those blended in together. Wow. That was so easy. I am just going to go back in with that brush that is not the brush I started with. That brush I started with that had the yellow on it, and I am just going to kind of blend everything again Just to make sure it's very seamless and looking the way I want it, I'm going to kind of pull this yellow over a little bit. All right, I think I'm happy with that. That's looking very, very nice. I'm going to work on the lower lash line real quick before we move on. I'm going to go ahead and do pretty much the exact same thing. I'm going to lay down some of that yellow down here, and then we will add more of the Todo Magica, or what was it called? Realismo Magica as well. So I feel like I've got a very fall inspired look happening here. Wow. Okay, I am super happy with how this look is looking. I think it's looking very, very beautiful. I am going to go ahead and pop on some NYX Glitter Primer, and then I guess it's the, it's time for me to choose what I want to put on my lid. And now I'm kind of rethinking things just a little bit, so I don't know, we'll see. Let's lay this down and then I will decide on what I want to put on here. So I think I had originally wanted to go in with, you know, one of these pinks here. And I think I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to start with this darker shade. Now this one I think is more like a satin. I did swatch it. It does have some kind of glitter particles in it, but it does seem more like a satin. So I'm going to use that out here in the outer portion to kind of blend it into those oranges. And that is going really, really well. That is super pretty. Wow, that is really pretty. It's prettier on the eye than I actually expected. Those glitter particles are sticking around and looking quite lovely, actually. And now that I'm kind of seeing how these play together, I don't know if this necessarily needs to be a cut crease. I think that these might work out really well, just kind of meshed into one another. I am going to go now into Más Intensa, which is this shade right here. And we are going to put that here on the inner portion. Oh, that's pretty. That's really a pretty shade. Oh my gosh, that is so gorgeous. It's so sparkly and just wow. Oh my gosh, I really, really like that. And I think I do like that kind of more intense line there. I think it's quite pretty. Wow. Okay. Okay, I love this. I think it's gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. I am going to go back in with that darkest orange, the Ultra Demonios, this one here, and I am just going to add a little bit more of that to kind of maybe layer over that last Luz Malva. I don't think I ever said what that shade was. That was that darker kind of fuchsia color. Just to kind of deepen this up just a little bit. Okay, I really, really love this. This is so beautiful. I feel like this palette, well, we'll talk about it later, I guess. But I just feel like this palette can be quite versatile, honestly. And when I first saw this palette, I thought that it would look beautiful paired with this one. Let me just pull it out with the Antilles palette here, and we'll talk about that later too. So anyways, yes, okay, I'm really, really loving how this is looking. We're gonna pop something in the inner corner and then I'll go do my other eye and everything. So for my inner corner, I think I'm going to go in with this yellow up here. This is, Perseguir Sueños, maybe? I don't know. This one right here. It is beautiful in the pan. It looks so sparkly and just gorgeous. And oh, does not disappoint either. We are going to pop it there and we are going to pull it down just a smidge under my lower lash line. That is so beautiful. Holy cow, I don't know if it's picking up on camera just how bright that is. And that's with no glitter glue or anything. It's just bright and gorgeous. All right. I'm going to do the same thing to this eye. I'm going to add my liner, all of those things. I haven't added blush or anything like that yet. So I'm going to go do all those things. Then I will come back and show you the final look and we'll talk about my first impressions on this palette. And then I just want to talk a little bit about how I think that these will pair together. Yeah, so hold on. I'll be right back. So here is the final look. So for my liner, I used these two shades from Lethal. This is Stereo right here, the yellow, and the orange is the shade Amplitude. On my lips, I have Lime Crimes Suedberry. I'm trying to get as much use of that as possible before the summer goes. So here I am. All right, so let's chit chat a little bit about this palette. I don't think any of you guys are going to be surprised when I say that I like it. I think that the mattes really blended out so beautifully. I didn't have any issues. It's just like a seamless blend from one shade to another, which I so appreciate. The shimmers are absolutely gorgeous. I'm sitting here looking at them on my lid, and I know that they don't show up like this on camera, but they are so sparkly and they are so beautiful and I love them and I can't wait to use more. This shade right here is just calling my name. I definitely want to put that on my eye. That's the shade De Soledad. And also surprisingly, this Eres El Mundo, which is more of a gold shade up here. That one is also looks gorgeous in the pan. It looks so sparkly. So I definitely want to play some more with this, of course, before I have a finished review, but my first impression is very good. I will say that I do think this palette is lacking a bit of depth. There are three kind of orange pulling shades here that I feel like one of them really could have been replaced with something darker. Maybe a dark purple or a dark blue would have been absolutely beautiful in this palette as well. That's my preference. I just prefer something a little bit deeper for my deepening up my looks. But I do really like this palette. Like I said earlier, I think that it will pair very nicely with this palette here. Sadly, this one is discontinued. This is the Nomad Antilles palette, and this is the color story here. And I think that those will actually work really well together. This one does have a deep purple. That deep purple is unfortunately a satin, but I do use it in the outer corner of my eyes to deepen up looks, and I really do enjoy this palette. And like I said, I think that these two color stories will play nicely together. So I might fool around with that. Let me know if you're interested in seeing a video, because I can definitely do that. Otherwise, I'm just going to do it on my own time, because I definitely do want to play with these some more because they are so beautiful. And yeah, I can't get enough of them. So I think I'm going to call that a first impression, and I am going to head out. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like today's video, please don't forget to hit that like button down below. While you're there, scooch on over, hit subscribe. Next to subscribe is that bell. If you ring that bell, you should be notified of all of my uploads. And of course, you can also find me on Instagram at seemybliss_beauty. And if you leave your house today, please don't forget to wear your mask, wash your hands, be kind to your friends, be kind to your neighbors, be kind to your family, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!